Hey budget fam, it's Jordan from Jordan Budgets. Today we are going to be pulling most of our money. We are leaving just a couple of things alone, but for the most part we are pulling the cash. We're going to talk about why. We are also going to be talking about how I'm going to organize moving forward, because this is something that I change a lot during different seasons of my life. I like to organize my cash binders in different ways. If you are new to this channel, hi, hello, welcome. My name is Jordan. We would love to have you subscribe to this channel, be a part of the budget fam. It is completely free. It supports the channel and it will help you be notified of future videos when they come out. We do a lot of cash stuffing on this channel. We used to do some budgeting. We're going to get back to paper and pen budgeting very soon, but you can count on consistent cash stuffings on this channel at least once a week. A lot of life chats. I do want to get to some meal planning and a bunch of things, but y'all, it has been a mess. We can go ahead and talk about it. I do want to set this aside. This money and these wallets have literally just been sitting in this container, y'all. I moved pretty recently and I've got to admit, one, it has been hard to get on the cash budgeting just because everything has been so disorganized. I did finally get my work storage unit in order. The little studio here is mostly organized, but I don't know. It takes me a while to settle into a place and to get it organized how I'd like. The terrible and like worst part of this though is that this place is temporary. This is at most a 6-month spot. So bear with me if you are still catching my videos and like coming to hang out with me. Thank you. I know I've been inconsistent and this is probably my most inconsistent season of life. I'm still around though, thankfully. I'm getting at least one cash stuffing out per week, but my plan and my hope is to move forward doing a lot more. It's just been a tough season. Anyway, I was saying that to say, one, videos I realize are coming out very slowly. I hope to get on that. Let me just talk about that real quick. I have had a hard time filming more because of being a little disorganized. Like I've said, if my space, my living space is disorganized, it's really hard for me to get to work like properly and to work organized. So I really need a clean space for me to like move forward and have a creative brain and be able to come and just chit chat. Otherwise, I just want to clean and like organize and tidy all the time. Like I would spend all of my time doing that. And I have been. The other thing though is that filming in a studio apartment with 2 boys is kind of difficult. The couple of times that I've filmed these last couple of weeks, it's both times have been when my parents have come, gotten the boys, and like they go somewhere with them for a couple hours and I'm like, okay, time to chat, time to sit and hang out. So I probably just need to try to schedule with my parents for them to like take the boys once or twice a week for a couple hours so I can get a sit down and just chat and hang out a couple times a week. Anyway, it's really not that big of a deal. I'm very happy to be here with you guys, but just know the plan is still to get here and be here a little bit more with you guys. Also, let's just go ahead and call it out too. I typically do a lot of cash stuffing, budgeting, and money talk on this channel, and I've been not really working on Etsy or YouTube for about a month. I haven't had a lot of money or cash to play with and to cash stuff, if you know, is basically what I'm trying to say. So this money is money that needed to make it to the bank and it just has not yet for the last few weeks. We will talk about that in a second. In this video, I am kind of pulling some stuff. So let's start with pulling money first while we chat and catch up. And then we'll talk about what wallets are staying and what has been added to the shop and such. So this rollover money is money that has recently been pulled. We're setting this to the side for now. We are going to pull all the money from our vacation. I hope to restuff this soon. We're going to talk about why. We're also pulling all of our money from our sinking fund. So this video is fully in unstuffing. Self-care is the only thing we are going to leave alone. I've been cash stuffing the tips that you guys give me on Etsy. I haven't cashed up the tips from the last couple of weeks, so we will cash stuff that soon. As soon as I get paid from Etsy next week, we will cash up that. So we are keeping this. Let's go ahead and pull this money. Now these clear covered binders are back listed on my Etsy shop. They come just plain with the sleeves, with the money sleeves. And the money sleeves you can now get from my shop. You can get them divided into 2. So you see, this is for a monthly savings challenge. And instead of putting all of the money in this one sleeve, for the $1, it comes with this little card. You put $1 in there, 2, you put $2, 4, you put $4, etc., right? So you can get the clear wallet on my shop now. You can get either the clear cover, you can get the black cover, or you can get the pink cover, and then you can print out whichever designs you want. September and October are the newest like monthly designs, and you do need to specify if you want the sleeve that has a single pocket. That is like the standard what has been in my shop, or you can get the 2-pocket or the divided sleeve. See, it has like a divide in the middle, and that is for the monthly challenge. Go check out my Etsy shop. You will kind of see what is there and what is still listed. All printables are still on my Etsy shop, and then just the binders and sleeves, like I just mentioned, are the only like item that is mailing out. Anyway, I'm saying that to say September themed and October themed are what has launched. These are printables that will be consistent in my Etsy shop for the next few months. So September, October, we will have a November and then a December theme, which have not come out yet. But I'm saying all that to say these are going to be the priorities moving forward, at least for a couple months. I go through seasons of life where I really enjoy having all of these wallets, but we're going to try to organize things a little bit differently than we previously have or that we ever have. Like I said, we will keep self-care, but aside from that, we're just working 1 month at a time. Here's what I'm thinking. So we've always done savings challenges like this, and I still love this, and I'm sure I will come back to doing something like this very soon. But when my life is a little bit more hectic, I enjoy having less binders and just honing in on what really needs to happen, and we're just at that season of life, right? So we are actually going to pull all of this money, and we're going to count what we have at the end of it, and I'm going to tell you in just a second what we're using that money for. But all of our savings challenges are going to go away. I guess we can go ahead and talk about what we're doing with our money now. I have found that I'm really good at preparing for some categories, and then other categories kind of go by the wayside. And I'm going to give you guys a perfect example that just happened that made me want to pull all this money and sort of make sure I'm prioritizing what's coming up next. My youngest son this month was due for new glasses, and then of course my boys had birthdays. So those were our two big like sinking funds categories that came up this month in September. End of August, start of September, that's my boys' birthdays. I had saved birthday money and I thought I had plenty, and then when push came to shove, I needed more cash than what I had for birthdays to do what I wanted with the boys. It was not that big of a deal to spend that money because it was like, you know, it's what I wanted to happen with them. So all of our sinking funds are now taken out. The other big thing that came up after birthdays is my youngest son wears glasses just like I do, and he outgrew his sunshade glasses that he's had for the last 1.5 years, maybe even 2 years. So he needed new prescription sunglasses and he needed new glasses. His glasses, y'all, were $500. Now, I could have got cheaper ones. I could have told him no to the ones that he wanted, but he wanted the 2 that he wanted, so he got the 2 that he wanted. I mean, that's just how we roll around here, right? He wanted it, I got it. It's kind of how I am. I'm not a pushover with like toys and things that they want, but when it comes to glasses, he has to wear those glasses every single day, all day. And then outside, he's very light sensitive. So I wanted him to have nice sunglasses because he is a very outdoors kid. He's fishing all the time. He's playing at the park. I wanted him to have comfortable glasses and sunglasses, and I wanted him to have ones that he wanted because I want him to feel confident in it, right? Okay, before we dive too much into our September and October wallets and chat about the categories and things in here, let's start just dividing up this money and see what is here. So anyway, I wanted him to have glasses he felt confident in, and both his sunglasses that he got and his glasses that he got, he was drawn to them immediately. He knew what pair he wanted before he even tried them on. Of course, he looks cute in any of them, and he looks cute. I mean, and you know, it was a great decision. Anyway, that was a long story to say. I did not have $500 put aside for glasses. Out of the scheme of things when it comes to birthdays, Christmas, etc., glasses is of course on the list, but it wasn't really on the list. I don't know how to say that. It was not on my list. It was on my radar, but not on my list, okay? I ended up putting $500 on a credit card for glasses because I didn't have a sinking fund. And then same for birthdays. There was a couple things that I ended up getting the boys and doing with the boys that I didn't really have planned out very well that I don't regret, but that money has to come from somewhere, right? That's what this money is going to go towards. So I'm about to explain in a roundabout way what that has to do with how we're going to organize the cash coming up, because we are going to be organizing our future wallets a little bit differently. So stay with me for a minute because we're about to talk about how and why we're changing things. But let's first talk about what we're doing with all this money. So I've been telling you guys there was a bit of business debt that really needs to get paid off on the credit card. Some of that debt is still sitting there. And then this month, because things have been busy with birthdays and then the glasses, and then I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, y'all are gonna see my budget pretty soon on pen to paper. We have been eating out so much. My new kitchen is literally like 40 square feet, maybe 48. I'm in a tiny house right now, y'all. And so there has been some adjustment when it comes to, like, I can't just go in there and cook 50 things within 2 hours and like we're good for the week, right? So we have been doing a lot of eating out, and because my cash budgeting was not really put together that well, we have been putting stuff on the credit card. And y'all, what I'm trying to say is I'm hoping this money is about $2,000 so that we can pay off the credit card and kind of start anew very, very soon. We might even pull September. We will see. But our credit card debt right now, when it comes to finishing off that business debt and paying for a lot of stuff that has happened this month, we need $2,000. So we're pulling everything. If there has ever been a time to pull everything and restart, I feel like now is the time. Now is the time. Now is the moment. I'm reworking how I pay myself with Etsy as well. I guess we have a lot to chat about, guys. Before we do though, let's count this cash and then let's look in our September wallet and see how we are doing there and talk about future organization of our binders and wallets. We have 100, 50, 200, 50, 3, 50, 4, 50, 500, 520, 40, 60, 80, 600, 20, 40, 60, 80, 700, 20, 40, 60, 80, 800, 20, 40, 60, 80, 900, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1000, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 85, 20, 40, 60, 86, 600, let's put 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1500, 1600, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 700, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 800, 1,800, and then a few dollars. Okay, so we're close. We are very, very close. I am happy with that. Let's see what's in here, and do we want to pull it? Okay, I know I don't want to pull self-care. There's not a ton of money in here, but that's what you guys have given me in tips, and I would like to keep it. So 1,800, let's keep that in our brain. Let's talk about how we're going to organize our wallets in the future. Rewind. Let me think of how to explain what I am formulating in my brain. September wallet is not going to be to pay for September. It's more to pay for October. So my plan moving forward is to have just 2 wallets for now. One of those wallets will be our monthly wallet. So in September, we will have a September wallet running, right? In October, we're going to switch over to using our October wallet, which I do already have set up and ready to go, but we're not there yet. So September, the goal is going to be to completely stuff everything in September and to focus a lot on whatever our specialty wallet or binder is. So for September, the specialty wallet or binder is self-care. After I feel like we're in a good spot with self-care, the next month we might focus on a vacation wallet. So instead of having a bunch of different mini wallets going forward, like rollover, vacation, self-care, that was my intention. But like I said, I like to simplify when life feels a little bit busy. So I'm simplifying, and we will focus on one of these like specialty binders, as I'm calling it, per month. So this month, in September, the finishing up September, I want to keep the focus on self-care. That's where some tips are going to go that you guys have given me the last couple of weeks. And any tips that you give me the rest of this month will go to self-care. Now, next month we might focus on vacation, or we might focus on rollover or like emergency money, just depending on what's coming up. So if we have a vacation that we're wanting to go on in December, I think in November we will prioritize vacation. So here is also my thought, and I would love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments. Instead of focusing on all of the big things that are coming up in the next year, for example, which is how I've always done this, but guys, I've been on YouTube doing this for almost 2 years. I started cash budgeting, not seriously doing it, but dabbling with it like a year before I got on YouTube, and then I really started seriously doing it a couple of months or a few months before I started YouTube. As long as I've done this, I've always thought it was so important to focus on, say, Christmas and birthdays and some of the really big things that are coming up, even if they're like a year away. A great example of this is that I kept the savings tracker in for happy birthday because I was like, okay, well, my boys' birthdays are going to come around again in a year. So even though I just fully funded it, even last week I was thinking, even though birthdays just passed, we need to put it back on our radar, right? I've always said that, and I've truly believed that, but something in the last week has really switched me to say, let's really fully fund what's coming up next. And then let's move on to the very next month, so that some of these smaller priorities, and I'm using those in air quotes because $500 in glasses is a great example of one of these smaller priorities that add up to be a lot of money, right? So ideally what I would have done if I was doing a wallet last month, let's just pretend this says August. So in my August wallet, I would have had some of these key categories that we still have, that we have here. So like, we would have had rent, we would have had bills, subscriptions, healthcare money, grocery money, and then I think I'm actually even going to add in a weekly money category, and then a couple of blank ones, right? 1 month ahead. I mean, that always needs to stay some kind of a priority, but ideally I would have used probably this monthly savings challenge. I would have done one of these in August, knowing that an appointment for glasses were going to come up and we needed $500, right? Now, I didn't think his glasses were going to be that much. I thought it was going to be more like $300, $350. But even if we didn't get there all the way, I'm just thinking about prioritizing a month in advance. And then say, I know this is such a chatty video, but I just want to make sure you guys are following sort of my train of thought, because this is a little bit different than I've been doing it. In my October wallet, I will be saving for all of November's needs. So think about what comes in November. Like, we're gonna need Thanksgiving food money. We might need some travel money if we're gonna try to do it with family. November, we also might be traveling to the state where I'm thinking about living. So maybe we'll add in a vacation wallet in total. Maybe my boys need, starting in October, they're gonna need a bunch of new winter gear. So like October, we're really prioritizing November, even though it's our October wallet. We're just saving in October. Also, my thought is, so like in October, not only are we going to be saving for all of our rent money for November, all of our bill money for November, our subscriptions for November, but we would also be saving for all of our grocery money. I think it would be such a weight off my shoulders if all of my grocery money and my weekly money was already prepped and ready the month before. Even if you're not quite there, that is of course what savings challenges are for. But say we get all of November saved in the middle of October. It's only the middle of October and we are completely ready for November and all of the festivities that come with November. Then we can start our November wallet, our November themed wallet, to save for December, and that's when we would really be focusing on Christmas money, and maybe we would bring back self-care because my birthday is in December, so we might want to save some extra money for that. So basically it's like a 1 month ahead wallet or binder in all of its glory though, right? Not just 1 month ahead in bills, which has always been my focus, is to have rent and bills 1 month ahead, but really the goal is to switch and put all of my energy and focus into getting 1 month ahead on everything that comes with. And then if we get to a place where we are 1 or 2 months ahead in all of our money, maybe then we can add in birthdays for that are like 12 months away. In saying all that, I think it's really going to become a lot more clear what I'm trying to do as we actually cash stuff this and get back to this. I don't think I'm going to, I'm not going to pull any of this money because we do have rent and bills and things coming up very soon. Now everything is so much cheaper for me right now, but I don't want to pull from that. I will be getting paid from YouTube tomorrow or the next day or something very soon. So we will have some money to cash stuff. I will be pulling some of that YouTube check to pay off, what was it, $200 or $300 more that we're a little short here. But to give you guys an example of what I might be trying to do, our September wallet is really saving for everything happening in October. So this $150 challenge might go towards saving for the boys' Halloween costumes, maybe some candy to pass out. We're also going camping in October, so I might even put one of these blank little trackers as camping money. So really, I'm just going back to the basics and trying to focus 1 month at a time and make sure everything is in order for the very next month. And then once we get a couple of months ahead on what's coming up right then we might bring back some of these long-term trackers and such. Does that make sense? I hope that it does. I do think though that we will keep our monthly savings challenge, this $500, we will keep this as putting an extra car payment towards the car. That was repetitive. And I do want to call out to you guys, if you guys have already bought the bundle, if you bought this printable bundle when it first launched for September, somebody go back and let me know in the comments, do you see these $1, $2, $3, like these trackers? There should be 30. One for every day of the month. I'm so sorry for the guinea pig drinking water, but we're just going to talk over them. Please go back and look on your printable download and let me know if you have these trackers. It should be there because I did attach it to the file. I also know that some months have more than 30 days. My thought is that if you have a full-length sleeve and there's actually 31 days in that month, you'll just use this full sheet for this tracker to put that day 31 in, but the rest of the days and the numbers do have its own tracker, and I'm very, very excited to use it this way. I think this is gonna be super fun. Anyway, I know that was really scattered, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna get back a little less hectic and wild pretty soon. I'm just making sure we didn't miss anything. I also, having this debt over my head, I don't like credit card debt, y'all. And I know it's just a couple $1,000s. It's not that big of a deal, but a couple $1,000s turns into $5,000 like real quick. So I'm gonna feel so much better getting this to the bank and having a fresh start, debt free, except for the car, of course. And we can really focus money into these two wallets. Oh, while I have you here for this super long chatty video, let me tell you too, I have been a little MIA also because I just haven't had money to cash stuff. I do get paid on tomorrow or the next day. I don't even know what today is, y'all, but I get paid pretty soon from YouTube, and then next week I get paid from Etsy. Now, I've always had an Etsy check every single week coming from sales over on Etsy. I switched my Etsy to come out every 2 weeks though, so that our YouTube and then our Etsy checks, I feel like, are gonna match up a little bit better. So moving forward, I should be getting 2 Etsy checks to cash stuff per month. I would be getting 1 YouTube check to stuff per month, and then my intention is to start trying to work with sponsors and do a little bit more things here on YouTube, Instagram, and then possibly even move into TikTok. So ideally, I'm trying to move towards getting paid from the shop twice, getting paid from YouTube once, and then some sponsorship stuff, kind of cashing out those checks once a month. So it's been an awkward couple of weeks because I haven't been getting paid out from Etsy. I've been purposely just wanting to kind of stash it and get on a particular routine. At this point of filming, I think we're set for that routine and like what I'm trying to accomplish, so that feels good. But that's also why I've just been a little MIA for a hot minute. That is it for this video, guys. Thank you so much if you made it all the way to the end. As always, I love you, I appreciate you, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.